Good afternoon. Thank you guys for being patient with us. I brought a special guest. So the United States has again designated North Korea a state sponsor of terrorism. As the president said, one of the primary goals of his recent Asia trip was to pursue the denuclearization of the Korean peninsula. This designation will impose increased sanctions and penalties on North Korea that will continue our progress toward that goal. Additionally, it is a reminder that North Korea has repeatedly supported acts of international terrorism, including assassinations on foreign soil. The president's position is this: the North Korean regime must be lawful. It must end its unlawful nuclear and ballistic missile development and cease all support for international terrorism.
And as Sarah indicated, the president did make the designation earlier today, announced it in the cabinet. But as a result of actions they've taken, including assassinations outside of their country, using banned chemical weapons, these are all very, very serious actions on their part that put the public at risk as well. So that, along with a number of other actions that they've taken, resulted in their designation now again as a state sponsor of terrorism. I think, as Sarah indicated, the practical effect of it is we already have many of these actions in place through the current sanctions. It may, though, disrupt and dissuade some third parties from undertaking certain activities with North Korea, as it does impose prohibition on a number of other activities that might not be covered by existing sanctions. With North Korea, an end to their nuclear program. No, we still hope for diplomacy, and the timing of this is just one of us concluding the process. There is a very specific designation process that we have to go through at the State Department to be able to meet the criteria to make such a designation, and we wanted to ensure we had fully met all those requirements. Again, this is all part of just continuing to turn this pressure up, and we continue to turn the pressure up on North Korea by getting other countries to join and take actions on their own. It is very symbolic on the one hand, because it just points out again what a rogue regime this is, and how brutal this regime is, and how little they care for the value of human life. So I think in that in of itself, I think makes a strong statement of just the nature of this regime. And as I've said, the practical effects may be limited, but hopefully we're closing off a few loopholes with this. Well, I think it is very symbolic on the one. Well, it's always a difficult choice you make when you impose sanctions in terms of who's really going to bear the burden here. The truth of the matter is the people of North Korea already live under enormously difficult conditions, and I think what we're focused on is a mission that's going to change North Korea's trajectory, change their path. That's the best way we can help the North Korean people in the future, is to have Kim Jong Un reverse his nuclear weapons program, allow us and the rest of the world to then engage with them in economic activity that will ultimately provide a better life for his people.